Trying to convince you that your thoughts and your feelings and emotions are very real. Every day I wake up, it's getting more like either kill or be killed. I walk in this smoke and keep it real. I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So long and they smoke, guarantee you gon' choke. Cause you really man, this shit ain't no joke. We'll never lose hope cause we tap in. Stuck in the wheel and the system got us trapped in. Ain't focused but we gon' get it off the back end. And how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
How could you sleep? Slap in your face, you ain't gotta reach. All you gotta do is listen to me pipe down. I'm about to teach, peace in the air, like I'm about to preach. Man in the skin, like the man that had a dream. About from a boy to a man into a king. They having this feeling in the past about the ring. More EINs and LLCs for the family trees. And the pictures of moving more proud of me. Since I planted some seeds, I'm thinking for 3. I got some meanings of my God the evil, but they move more though like Austin. DNA unlocked, producing the product for profit. Just being honest, they were been honest. I like the comment, she's so astonished. And she living in the come of her garments. Even some strength to get back to some money. For real.
I'ma do it if nobody else gon' do it. Say it if nobody else gon' see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So long and that's smoke, guarantee you gon' choke. Cause you really man, this shit ain't no joke. We'll never lose hope cause we tap in. Stuck in the wheel till the system got us trapped in. Ain't focused but we gon' get it off the back end. And how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
I forget all the shit that they told me. Come to think about it, I don't even think I know me. All my people getting shot by the police. Could've been me, so I'ma let my soul speak. For the ones who came, for the ones we lost. These niggas cross their own people just to be a boss. I'm choosing love with the evil I have ever crossed. Showing my people shit get through when you're finding out. All of the secrets gon' be quick because it's coming out. If you can change your pain, you can hear it all. Talking some time by the time on the black screen. Fuck Trump, fuck Biden, fuck a vaccine. Cause I'm going full speed, gotta kiss me. Run till the wheels fall off and gotta X me. And the motor we can play like controllers. Ain't no fear now, I can't be shaking like a soda. Tell myself that I'm tripping. Truth hit hard like a nigga getting a whooping. Nigga, I'm too solid here, nah, I ain't dripping. MJ status now, nigga, I ain't dripping. Breaking news line, real straight from the gutter. Spit straight, face me, nigga, on my brother. Talking God talk from the man like the gutter. Got the cold flow, ripping niggas like a gutter.
I'ma do it if nobody else gon' do it. Say it if nobody else gon' see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So long and that's smoke, guarantee you gon' choke. Cause you really man, this shit ain't no joke. We'll never lose hope cause we tap in. Stuck in the wheel till the system got us trapped in. Ain't focused but we gon' get it off the back end. And how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Hebrews, hit the like button on your way in the door if you haven't already. If you are not subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications so that you get every single video when we drop, because you never know when we might be dropping around here, right? Y'all, you know we always give it a few minutes to see if any brews gonna come up in here, right? Tonight is no exception. We're gonna give it a few minutes before any brews come in here. We're gonna get started at like the 10-minute mark. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Get your favorite drink, your snack of Rooskies, your favorite beverage or what have you. And we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk about this. Hit that like button, Hebrew.
It remains real, it's real. It remains trying to convince you that your thoughts and your feelings and emotions are very real. Every day I wake up, it's getting more like either kill or be killed. I walk in this smoke and keep it real. I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the name run deep for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So don't look at that smoke, guarantee you keep on so crazy. Running, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like, we'll never lose hope, cause we tap in, stuck in the wheel, and the system got us strapped in. Ain't fuck with what we gon' get out the back end. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the name run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
How could you sleep? Stuck in the things you ain't gotta reach. All you gotta do is listen to me pipe down. I'm about to teach, peace in the air. I'm about to preach, melon the skin. Like the man that had a dream about from a boy to a man to a king. Man, and this feeling in the past about the bring more EINs and LLCs for the family trees. And the picture will move more proud for me. Since I planted some seeds, I'm thinking for three. I got some meanings, I'm on my grab the evil. But they won't move though, like DNA, unlocking. Producing the product for profit. Just being honest, they won't be known. It's not like a drum, and she's so astonished. Yeah, she was taking and come on her garments. Even some strip and get back to some money. For real.
I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So don't walk in that smoke, guarantee you gon' so much. Running, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like, we'll never lose hope, cause we tap in, stuck in the wheel, till the system got us strapped in. Ain't no look, we gon' get out the back end. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the name run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
I forget all the shit that they told me. Come to think about it, I don't even think I know me. I'm a people getting shot by the police. Could've been me, so I'ma let my soul speak. For the ones who came, for the ones we lost. These niggas cross their own people, choosing to be a boss. I'm choosing love with evil eyes never cross. Showing my people shit you do before you find it out. All of the stickers so we pick because it's coming out. If you change your mind, you can have it all. Every time on the time on the black screen, book through, book by hand, book a fake scene. Cause I'm going full speed, gotta kiss me, ride to the wheels fall off, ain't gotta X me. And the whole reason how you like controllers. Ain't no fear now, can't be shaking like a soda. Tell myself that I was tripping.
Hit that like button, Hebrews.
Breaking news line, real straight in the gutter. Spin straight face, man, nigga on my brother. Talking God talk, I'm the man like gutter. Got the cool flow, with the niggas like a gutter.
I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it.
Goddamn.
See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They done killed us in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So don't walk in that smoke, guarantee you gon' so much. Running, man, this shit ain't no joke. Like, we'll never lose hope, cause we tap in, stuck in the wheel, till the system got us strapped in. Ain't no look, we gon' get out the back end. Like, how the fuck I've been asleep for so long? How the name run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
Top X, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I hope all of you guys and gals out there are doing just fine on this wonderful Friday evening. Not quite night yet, but it might as well be because it's dark. Because of this so-called daylight savings time, right? Now it's dark, crazy early out here in these streets. In these streets. What's going on out there, family? I see we got Hazel Woods in his house. Hazel Woods says, Mr. Real Talk, how you doing this wonderful day the Most High has made? with the nice friendly emojis and the flowers at the end. What's going on, Hazelwoods? I'm doing just dandy. How about you, Hazel? I hope you're doing just marvelous out there. Simply marvelous, darling. I hope you're doing absolutely astoundingly amazing out there, Hazel Woods. And I hope that every last one of you out there, whether you're on this live stream right now, just lurking in the cut, or whether you're watching on the playback somewhere out there, whether you way out there somewhere, shout out to you. And I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. You guys see the title up there, right? I want to come, look, I don't plan on keeping you guys that long. That's not my plan, right? But sometimes you know how it is. When I start hanging out with y'all, I start running my big black mouth. And the next thing you know, it's 2.5 hours later. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's what happens when you get around family. That's what happens when you get around niggas that you love. You lose track of time sometimes. All right? It happens, y'all. UFOs or chariots seen by truckers and others on Pennsylvania mountaintop. Okay? Now, Hebrews, I made a video. Matter of fact, I want to say I went live back in the summertime when this shit took place, because I'm one of those others, okay? I was up in the mountains back in the summertime, right? Me, there was quite a few other people out here, and some of these people were truckers. Some of these people were total strangers, okay? Before that day. Never met these guys before until this day up in the mountains, and we saw a gang. When I say gang, I mean a gang, a gaggle, an unspecified amount of number of what people would call UFOs. Some people would call them chariots. Look, whatever you want to call it, these things, they wasn't from around here. They were not airplanes, okay? I know what an airplane looks like, and so did everybody else up there in that mountain, right? But look, real quick before I really talk about those UFOs and those chariots, what it really got my mind thinking, right? About the sky, about the heavens, about all kind of things that are up in the heavens, in the sky. Okay, Hebrew, this world is not what they taught us it is. There's so many things that they lied to us about, so many things that they are trying to keep secret from us. Because if the truth were to come out about all things, particularly what kind of world and what kind of realm we live in, if the truth were to come out about the kind of beings that exist in this physical realm that we do, most people wouldn't be able to handle that. And so because of that, you're going to have a watered down mentally and a watered down spiritually society where people can't even fathom the thought of some of these things that are actually real. And because I've been thinking about these chariots, right? And I be seeing all kind of stuff up in the sky. Y'all, it's a lot of stuff going on up in the heavens, y'all. If you were to ever pay attention, okay? If you can allow truth to come into your mind, right? Because the church has done such a good job at scaring us off of the path, y'all. I mean, the church has done a number on the whole world, particularly the Israelites. J.R. Meadows in the building. J.R. Meadows says, thumbs up, people, on this Good Friday. That's right. What up, brother J.R. Meadows? Always a pleasure to see you, bro. Ski. The church has done such a marvelous job, family, at scaring the heck scaring the heck out of the Hebrews, and then scaring the heck out of everybody on planet Earth. Scaring us out of knowledge, scaring us, sometimes just outright scaring us out of who we are, scaring us out of our potential power. Because understand this, when you are a physical Hebrew Israelite, you're not like everybody else. Your spirit is not like everybody else. Your body is not like everybody else. No matter, you might look like everybody else on the outside, but your body is not like everybody else. Your spirit is not like everybody else. Your blood is not like everybody else. And because of that, you got things that you can do. You have certain ways about yourself. You will never realize who you really are, who you have the potential to be. I've been saying this for a while because I know it's true. There are some of us out there, we got some things that we can do. I mean, things that regular people can't do. Some of us have supernatural abilities. That's what I'm trying to tell you, so you don't get it confused. I'm saying exactly what I mean. Some of us out there have strange abilities, dare I say supernatural abilities, but we will never, ever know that. We'll never figure it out because we have allowed the church to scare us out of our own personality, to scare us out of coming out and seeking truth on your own. The church has scared many of our people out of that. Many of us, you guys, that's why I be praying to the Most High that He gives us spiritual powers and that He shows us how to use these powers for righteousness' sake. The church is always going to tell you anything I'm talking about like this right now. The church or religious people, they're going to tell you that what I'm saying is evil. Somehow what I'm saying is witchcraft. We about to cut right through some of that right now. Watch this, y'all. I'm about to read a couple of these verses before I tell y'all about these UFOs or chariots or whatever you want to call them, okay? We got Hazel Woods in his house again. Hazel says, a lot of people always saying Project Bluebeam. Every time someone shows what they see in the sky, you should watch VIC Matador on TikTok. He shows things that will blow you away. And you know what? I'm going to have to go check that out, Sister Hazel Woods. I'm definitely going to go check that out. And y'all see, we live in such a time, you guys. And some of you out there, maybe you never heard of Project Bluebeam before. If you haven't, go check it out. Go look into it, Hebrew. We living in such a wild and crazy time. And understand this, for anybody out there who knows about Project Bluebeam, I know a lot of you guys do. Some of you might not know. That is going to be used just like everything as a weapon against you. Okay? As a weapon against you first and then against everybody else. The wicked people who run this earth, they got all kind of gadgets and all kind of crafty devices to do all kind of things. Okay? And one of the biggest things that this world runs off of is lies and deception. Project Bluebeam has the ability to actually produce a hologram, a lifelike hologram, okay? And you guys already know at some point, if the Most High doesn't come back before then, at some point, these devils probably will try to attempt so-called second coming. And more than likely, they're going to have white JC coming. And it may look real to a lot of people, especially if you never heard of Project Bluebeam before. But the only reason why they would even make up something like that is because these people know that there are things out here in this world that cannot be explained. They know that there are people out here in this world who have seen real things. Okay? So they got to come up with the counterfeit like Project Bluebeam. So that way, whenever something happens out there, somebody can just explain it away and say, oh, that was easy. Project Bluebeam. Just like, let's say we wake up in the morning or later on tonight on the news, you look up and you see a giant on the 10 o'clock news. 100 foot tall, 200, 300 foot tall giant. You know the first thing they're going to say? That's fake news. That's fake. Or Project Bluebeam. They're going to figure out a way, whatever we see in the times that are going to be coming up, they always try to say something is fake. You notice that. Doesn't matter what it is. It's fake news. If the Giants pop up, they're going to say it's fake news, Project Bluebeam. That's when all of a sudden everybody will become aware of Project Bluebeam when the Giants show up. And make no mistake about it, those Giants are going to show back up. I don't know when they're going to show back up. All I know is right now, ever since the total solar eclipse back on April the 8th, we've been sledding in a downhill trajectory, Hebrews. Oh, and also, like I said, all this UFO talk, this chariot talk, thinking about the heavens, thinking about the sky, and then thinking about what's going on today. Today, if what I understand is correct, today is going to be a super moon, like right now, tonight. Like wherever you are right now, if you dark, maybe you can see it now. The sun just went down out here in the DMV, all right? So it's dark out here now. From what I hear, it's supposed to be a super moon tonight, maybe also a blue moon tonight. Also, I'm hearing that so-called tonight, allegedly, I don't know if this is true. This is what I'm hearing, all right? I'm hearing that tonight is the literal official night that the age of Aquarius begins. Okay? Now, before anybody becomes unglued out there, listen to me, Hebrew. Listen to what I'm getting ready to tell you guys. You know that this is an Old Testament only channel. This is a Most High only channel. Torah Tanakh only. We don't subscribe to the New Testament at all. You guys know we don't do witchcraft over here. We don't do voodoo. We don't do any kind of enchantment or anything, okay? But what we do over here, we seek the old ways. Hebrews, I'm telling you right now, I'm on a journey and I'm going as far back as I can. I'm shooting for the wall, the other direction, not this new crap. I'm going for the old ways. And you know what? In the old ways, in the old days, the Israelites knew all about the heavens. They knew all about the moon. They knew all about the stars. They knew all about the constellations. Hebrew, I'm telling you, all the stuff that they told you and me, oh, that's sorcery, stargazing, witchcraft, that for the most part is all BS. Okay, they want to throw you off the trail, and they've been using your knowledge this whole time, Hebrew. What I'm trying to tell you, all these kind of constellations that these heathens talk about, and when we hear them, we get all shook it up and say, oh, you ought not be talking about Pleiades. You ought not be talking about Orion. Oh, you ought not be talking about Lions Gate and all this kind of other stuff. Hebrew, that is Catholic and Christian brainwashing hitting this mark on us. Solomon knew about all of this stuff. Enoch knew about all of this stuff. Enoch knew everything that there is to know about the earth, the moon, the stars, other planets, galaxies, and everything. Solomon knew everything about the stars, the moon, all of that. But now, because of Christianity, because of the Roman Catholic Church, we have allowed them to scare us away from knowledge, from power that belongs to us. But they've done such a great job at spooking us. Don't look at the stars, don't look at the blood moon, don't look at the full moon, Do you guys know that the moon actually controls the ocean? Physically, the moon controls the ocean. Did you guys out there? I know some of you guys out there know this, but I know somebody doesn't know it. That's why I have to go into this like I'm telling you guys, because I got to let it be known. Because you know what? Somebody's going to watch this video or watch this live or the playback. And you know what they're going to come out there and try to do? Somebody out there going to have the nerve to come out there and accuse me of doing witchcraft, of being a so-called stargazer. That's what they're going to say. But you know what? Those people don't want to go back to the old ways. I'm on a mission and I ain't going to stop. I'm going to keep on going until I leave this earth. I'm trying to get back to the old paths, the old ways, like Jeremiah say. I'm trying to get back to the point where, like Solomon days, where the Israelites knew about the moon, knew about the stars, knew about Orion and Pleiades and all these other constellations that they want to say is wicked to even look at or talk about. Enoch knew all of this stuff. The angels, the holy angels showed Enoch all of this stuff. But this is what happens when Gentiles take control of the earth and take control of spiritual matters, because that's what they did. And that's why every single one of us, as soon as somebody starts talking about stars, the moon, and all this other stuff, our people think that you're trying to do sorcery or witchcraft. Nothing like that. So that's why I got to give the disclaimer. And guess what? We get ready to go a little bit into the Old Testament and just read a couple of verses to let you know you should be thinking about the constellations. You should be thinking about the stars, the moon, and all. And today, look, you got to remember the heathen, pagan, Gentile beast stole all of our knowledge, and then they put their twist on it. That's why it comes off as evil. There is nobody out there going into these kind of matters in this day and age, for the most part, because our people have been scared to death. The church have scared us away from our power, y'all, but we coming back to it now, and can't nothing stop it. Sky Melvin in the building. Sky Melvin says, hey, Mr. Real Talk. What's going on, Sky Melvin? Good to see you in his house. We got Hazel Woods in the building again. Hazelwood says the difference is they didn't worship the stars, the moon, and sun, but they knew they were for seasons and knowing when the Sabbath was. Bring it out, Hazelwoods. And that, yeah, goes into more like what I'm talking about. All of these stars, constellations, the moon, the sun, all of these things have their purpose, but they are not to be worshipped. But the heathens who run planet Earth, the Gentiles have taken over planet Earth. They've taken over all of the knowledge, and they take knowledge and they stand on the left-hand side of it, the evil side. Look, it's no different. Because understand this, Hebrew. Knowledge is knowledge. Power is power. It's the person wielding the power that's going to make that power evil or make it good. Just like in Egypt, when Uncle Moses showed up with his staff in the courtyard of Egypt, and he dropped that staff down there and turned it into a snake, the Egyptians said, hey, nigga, that ain't nothing. We can do that too, because they had power too. So they dropped down their staffs. So you see that? They both had power to turn inanimate objects into living things. Do you guys see that? It's the same power. Do you see that? Only thing is, the Egyptians are wicked, so they're using the power for wickedness. Uncle Moses is righteous, so he's using the power for righteousness. Y'all see that? That's the same way this thing goes with the knowledge about the sun, the moon, the stars, the constellations, full moons, new moons, blue moons, super moons, whatever. The moon controls the ocean, you guys. The moon has a physical effect on physical matter on the earth. The moon affects animals. It affects animal behavior. And believe it or not, I ain't making this up. You guys can go look into it. The moon physically has effects on human behavior, and different kind of moons affect human behavior different kind of ways. I done been looking into this before. I didn't just start looking into this today, y'all. Check it out. This is serious business out here. And according to certain people, today is like the official day. I've been hearing about the so-called Age of Aquarius for years. I'm hearing that literally today. It starts like right now as we on this live. That's what I'm hearing. Okay? And allegedly what this Age of Aquarius is about. See, this is what you got to understand. Get the heathen, pagan, Gentile beast out of your heads, Hebrew. To hell with what they tell you that the stars and stuff mean. To hell with them. To hell with their breakdown in theology. You got to understand. There's nothing new under the earth. Right now, we get ready to come to the Age of Aquarius. They say we just came out of the Age of Pisces, right? Get the filthy, stinking heathens out of your head, okay? Because Orion, Pleiades, and other constellations are in the Old Testament. The Most High talks about it. So we can talk about it, and we do talk about it. We don't shy away from any topic over here. Okay? And sometimes because of that, sometimes things get a little rocky, wavy over here. But you know what? It's all good because I love every single one of yous in this live chat and on the playback. And this is a family meeting that we have over here. When we go live, I don't even look at these like videos no more. These are family meetings, okay? And the filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile dog of a beast, they've deceived literally the whole entire planet. So soon somebody starts mentioning Orion, Pleiades, or any of these other joints. It's other constellations written about in the Old Testament too. Soon somebody start mentioning, the first thing our minds go to, because the Catholics told us to, that's witchcraft, that's sorcery, No, it's not. The age of Aquarius is merely describing a particular phase in the cycle of the constellations. What are constellations? Stars and lights in the heavens. And what are stars and lights used for? Signs and seasons. Y'all see that, Hebrew? Ain't nothing new out there. We coming out of the age of Pisces. Get the filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile beast theology out of your heads, Hebrew. When I say the age of Pisces, I'm not talking about no pagan crap. I'm merely referring to the positioning of the lights and the luminaries in the heavens, which were made for signs and seasons. That's all that's referring to. Because believe it or not, when the lights and the luminaries are in certain positions, it causes certain things to pop off. Yeah, and it's been that way all throughout history. But they done told us don't look up, so we won't do it. We won't do it. But my main point is to tell y'all, I got to tell y'all about what happened this summer on that mountaintop in Pennsylvania. I can't make this up, y'all. Eli Barros in the building says my chat is back on Shalom. All praises to the Most High Power only. That's right, brother Eli Barros. I'm so glad to see you up in here, brother. I'm so glad to see today and allowed you to chat again. Because these rat bastards, they keep on playing with people's chats, hiding comments, blocking comments, deleting comments. Melissa Israel in the building. Is she pulling out? I think she's pulling out one of the joints I was about to hit y'all with, and that's right on time. Melissa Israel says Amos 5 and 8, the one who made the Pleiades and the Orion darkness into dawn and darkens day into night, who summons the waters of the sea and pours them out over the face of the earth. Yahweh is his name. Do you guys see that? I'm telling you guys, gone are the days of listening to a filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile dog of a beast when it comes to any kind of instruction concerning any kind of spiritual knowledge. Filthy, stinking heathens can't tell us jack diddly stinking poo. We got Brother Yahweh's portion in his house. Brother Yahweh's portion says, Psalms 150 forever. Yada Yahweh Yasharah. That's right. Yeah, buddy. Psalms 150. And y'all know what? Before we get up off of here, speaking of Psalms 150, we're going to read Psalms 150 before we get up off of here. Y'all stick around, Hebrew. But I just wanted to tell you guys, you know what? And see, some of us, like I said, I know I've been saying this for months. I can feel it, and I know that it's true. I know some of you out there feel it too, even if you're just starting to consider it for this first time tonight. I know that there are some of us out there. We can do things that we don't even know that we can do. Some of us out there possess abilities that we don't know because the so-called church has scared the hell out of us when it comes to any kind of thing spiritual. I said it many times, family. A lot of our people, we're okay with reading about supernatural activity and spiritual stuff as long as we're reading about it in a book. The very moment that very spiritual world or the invisible world shows up in our physical world, most of us run for the hills. And we'll even let the church, because the church is going to pay. You wait till the Most High comes to this earth. The church is going to pay for what they did to us, y'all. Our people are so messed up. Look, me included. Look, everything I say for y'all goes for me double and triple. Okay? I'm not separating myself from y'all. I'm a regular nigga just like y'all. We all regular niggas. And guess what? We all are biblical people. And we all are living in biblical times. Because you know what? Sometimes you're talking to somebody, or you may even be talking to somebody yourself, or they're talking to you, and one of y'all will say, hey, remember back in the Bible days, in the biblical days? And I know what people mean when they say that, but we are living in biblical days right now. That makes all of us biblical characters. Believe it or not, we are, y'all. We are. Yeah, Howard Sportsman says Job 9, 1 through 10. All smack. And you know what, y'all? All praises to the Most High God of Israel. Because you know what? And I can't make this up, y'all. But listen, Israel ran to the book of Amos. Brother Howard's portion ran to the book of Job. I got like 4 Bible scriptures, y'all, that I was going to read. And they all come from, 2 of them come from the book of Amos. And 2 of them come from the book of Job. One of them in that very chapter that Howard's portion just put in the live chat. You see, to a so-called regular black person or whatever you niggas want to call themselves out there. We know ain't no such thing as a black person. Just like it ain't no such thing as a white person. We know that around here. But let's just say to a regular person, they would just see these things, right? And they would say, oh, that's a coincidence. It ain't no such thing as a coincidence. But you know what this is? And it may be on a small level, but see, I pay attention to stuff like that. The Most High God is circling the wagons for the people who he gonna rock out with. The Most High God is circling the wagons, okay? I can see it, I can smell it, and I can feel it. Because you know what? I've also been saying this for months and weeks. And I know somebody else out there sees this and feels this too. Sometimes I be feeling like the Most High, right? He'll have a thought. Like, he'll have a thought that he'll want to say to the remnant. And he might not just go to one guy over here or one girl over here. He'll have one thought that he wants to say to the whole entire remnant scattered throughout the world. And I just be thinking and feeling like sometimes he'll toss that one thought down. And that one thought will get tossed down to however many of us it is worldwide. Let's say it's 500,000 of us worldwide. When the Most High says, I want this thought to go to the remnant, he'll drop that thought like probably one time. And then that thought will hit all 500,000 of us, or however many of us it is out there worldwide at the same time, even though we don't know it. And the only way we will know it is if one of us, for some strange reason, just decides to start speaking on a particular topic or whatever he's talking about or she's talking about. And then all of a sudden, you'll have multiple people like instantly just coming in, and they're literally right on that same line, on that same track. Because people who serve the Most High and him only, y'all, they emit a certain frequency. Look, I don't care whether we know each other or not. I don't care. We might have never met each other physically online. There's people out there that you're never going to meet in this world. You're never going to come across them online. But you got something in common with them. When you serve the Most High and him only, and you are actually out here trying to keep his laws, it's gonna do something spiritually to you and physically. Physically, it's gonna tune your body. It's gonna tune your body to the best way I can say it is a righteous frequency. Like the radio station, when you're serving the Most High only, okay, the Most High only, and doing your best to keep his commandments, what you are doing is tuning into a frequency of righteousness, and that's gonna make your literally, physically, your body will start to oscillate and vibrate at whatever. I don't know the number of a righteous frequency, whatever that number is. We be vibrating at that, and that's why at certain points the Most High got everybody on that certain wavelength, that frequency, and he'll just throw out that thought or throw out this, throw that out, and it'll hit that trap, and everybody who needs to get hit by it will get hit. That's just how I be feeling sometimes, y'all. But you won't know that everybody's on the same page until somebody might make a statement, and then everybody else will start chiming in, letting you know that basically everybody's having like a real close, similar thought at that time. And this happens a lot. I be seeing this happen a lot, y'all. You know why? Because the invisible world, the spiritual world is real. And like I said, they're saying that today allegedly is literally the beginning of the age of Aquarius. And like I said, I got to look more into it. But from what I'm hearing, it appears as though the so-called age of Aquarius is when things have been being one way, however those things have been being, and now things are going to begin to drastically start to switch in another way. You know what I'm saying? And knowing what we know around here, I mean, that sounds like that could very well be the case. We in these end days, we in these end times. We see the daughter of Babylon is crashing all the way out. This place is on its way out. And we can see, I mean, what happens when the daughter of Babylon comes all the way down? I mean, all the way, when the bottom falls all the way out. There will be nowhere to go but up for the Hebrew Israelites who serve the Most High and Him only. So you guys see how that switch is? It would make sense that right now, literally, they're saying today is literally the first day of the age of Aquarius, y'all. I'm telling you, I've been hearing about this age of Aquarius supposed to be coming in for years. I've been hearing about this, y'all. And then it just happens to be on a day like today where they say it's going to be a full moon. I think a so-called blue moon, a so-called super moon. Like, it's all kind of stuff going on tonight, y'all, with the moon. And Hebrews, please, y'all got to hear me. Get the filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile, dog, beast-like theology out of all of our heads. Because this is not witchcraft. This is not evil. This is literally real science. The moon controls the water on the earth, Hebrews. The oceans and stuff out there, the oceans are literally being controlled by the moon. And that ain't all the moon is controlling. The moon actually controls and dictates animal behavior. And believe it or not, Hebrew, it's going to blow your mind when you go out and you do your honest research on the effects that the moon has on human behavior, the effects of a full moon on humans. When you go and look at it, you're going to be shocked at what you see, Hebrew. Can't make this up. All of these things converging right now. And I know a lot of you guys out there, I know a lot of y'all out there for these past few weeks, you ain't going to tell me you ain't been feeling something in your spirit. And look, I don't give a damn what the other nations feel. I don't give a damn what the heathens feel. I'm talking about to the Hebrews out there that serve the Most High and Him only. I know y'all out there, you've been feeling a certain kind of way in your spirit for these last couple of weeks, last couple of months. You might not been able to describe what you're feeling. There are lots of things going on in the invisible world, in the spirit realm. Lots of things popping off. Right now, things are popping off. Look, remember I told you when we first started this joint, power is power. If you are wicked, you're going to take that power and you're going to bend it to go good. I mean, you're going to bend it to go evil. If you are righteous, you're going to lay hold of that same power and you're going to bend it into the righteous way. Just like when Moses came into Egypt. Family, there's so many lessons we can take from all of these Old Testament Torah Tanakh only incidences, y'all. Remember when Uncle Moses cast his staff down? The Egyptians said, nigga, that ain't nothing. Watch this. Called in their guys, and then they threw their joints down. Showing you that what? They had power too. They had power to take an inanimate object and bring it to life. Do you guys see that? That's serious. But because those bastards were wicked, they had power, but they used it for wickedness. Moses had power, and he used it for righteousness. And the Most High has this thing. The Most High is always going to ensure that righteousness wins out every single time. And yeah, sometimes it's going to be tough. Like right now, I know every last one of y'all out there, for these last couple of weeks, last couple of months. I know most of you niggas out there, you didn't have it tough as hell out there. I know you have. And guess what? Nobody else out there might not know how bad you didn't have it, Hebrew. These last couple of days, these last couple of weeks, these last couple of months. Some of you, the whole entire year, 2024, it's been something that you would rather forget for a lot of you out there. But guess what, Hebrew? There is something going on in the pipeline, in the spiritual pipeline. Something is coming, and I know that many of you guys out there, you can feel it in your bones because the Most High made some of us spiritually sensitive. And some of us he made more spiritually sensitive. Some of us he made less spiritually sensitive. Some people out there, they don't have any spiritual awareness at all. But you know what? That's when it's our job to be either their big brother or their big sister. Because we got to love our brothers and sisters. We got to say, hey, bro, hey, sis. Hey, look, you might want to check this out. Because we got to love each other, y'all. Kenyon Isaiah says, I continue to see 444. Here it is again. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. I see these numbers day in and day out, night in and night out. King Isaiah says, I continue to see 444, 111, 1111, and not trying to look for these numbers. It's becoming more frequent. You know what? I'm telling you, bruh, I know exactly what you mean. I was never looking for these numbers either, you guys. When I went to start seeing these things, and look, do not let a Catholic or a Christian tell you that what we're doing is evil. There's nothing evil about numbers. You know when numbers becomes evil? When you are trying to do evil things with it. Okay? Numbers are not evil. You guys, numbers play such a crucial role in our lives. Guess what? How you know what time you got to go into your paid slavery in the morning? Because of numbers on your alarm clock. How you know how fast you're going so you don't get pulled over by the police? You got numbers in your car. How you know how much you got to pay for your rent, your food, your groceries, your electric bill, your water bill? How you know how much it costs for them shoes you got on? Numbers. You see that? You desperately need numbers. We all do. Numbers are a great part of our lives. Numbers are not evil. It's people that are evil, you guys. We got to get these filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile, dog-like, demonic practices out of our head that these animals have given us. And pray to the Most High that he rends them in two. J.R. Meadows says, yes, sir, it's been wild. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But listen, Israel says, saw 444 all week. I always be seeing 444. And y'all, it never used to be like that. For me, this whole numbers thing started when the pandemic came to town. Once the pandemic came to town, I lost my job, shut it down, just out in the streets of D.C., just walking around, riding around, doing this, that, and the third. A lot of things became clear. And that's when it became clear to me in the summer of 2020, the numbers just started running me down, y'all. Yahweh's portion says, hey, ready people, whether you voted or not, you will be blamed for whatever happens. Stay tapped in with your intuition and let Yahweh guide you while you are around these heathens. They might crash out. And you know what? All praises to the Most High God. Brother Yahweh's portion for saying that. And you know what? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I like to go live. Didn't I just tell you guys, I believe that the Most High has a lot of us tuned into a certain frequency, and when he has something that he wants to say to the whole remnant, he'll just say it once and all of us will get it. Hey, what Brother Yahweh's portion just said right here, I'm going to read it again. He says, hey, ready people, whether you voted or not, you will be blamed for whatever happens. Stay tapped in with your intuition and let Yahweh guide you while you are around these heathens. They might crash out. And you know what, brother? This is the Most High showing me a sign and a wonder, because I've been thinking about this all week, and I've been saying, you know what? I got to bring that up again to the family. what Yahweh's portion just said, and you know what that's letting me know? I've been thinking about it all week, and clearly Yahweh's portion has been thinking about that too, because he just said so. You see that? You know what that means? That there's other people out there who the Most High wanted to hear that and know that. He threw that thought out there one time to that frequency, and everybody who's on that frequency, they're gonna get a whiff of what Yahweh's portion just said. Whether they hear it from him, whether they hear it from me, or whether they don't know either one of us, they'll just hear it from somebody else, or maybe they'll just hear it from the Most High God Himself. You see that? Because look, I wouldn't have known that Yahweh's portion was thinking that until he just said it. And you guys wouldn't have known that I was just been thinking that unless I said it. Proving what I just said a few minutes ago. Proving, y'all, that we are part of that remnant. And we got a whole lot of people out there, some of them right here in America, some people worldwide. We're never going to meet them. And wherever they are, they're huddling up in their little crew, wherever they are. We got a lot of little crews all over the world that we have yet to meet yet. But Most High willing, we get into the kingdom, we will be able to meet everybody. The Howard's portion says, I've been thinking about this all year. Uh-huh. Hey, bruh, I feel you, bruh. And that's another thing, Hebrews, please, y'all, be careful when y'all are out there, because it's very important that you guys, I know you guys not going to do it, but sometimes new people pop up over here. They stumble across this channel, so they think. If you are a new person stumbling across this video or this channel, I do not want you to think that you are safe, okay, because the Trumpster is back in office. Especially if you are Hebrew. Understand this. Like the brother just said, it does not matter what happens. You are going to get the blame for everything. And just like he also said, because of that, because of the highly volatile environment that we living in right now, and it's only getting started, y'all. This is only the beginning. The heathens could potentially crash out in your presence. Okay. Now, let me let you guys understand something out there. I know a lot of us on here, we know what crashing out means, but I also know that some people who come across this channel, they might not know what crashing out means. So you know what crashing out means? That means that these heathens, when that brother Yahweh's portion said, be alert and be aware and follow your intuition, because these heathens might crash out, that means these heathens might do something unthinkable and unspeakably violent, okay? And throw it all away by taking you out, by taking vengeance on you, Hebrew, because guess what? Whenever something goes wrong for the nations and they get pissed off, they know they can always turn to a nigga, a Hebrew, for a punching bag. The Hebrews have been the punching bag for the nations. But that shit getting ready to stop soon, okay? And you know what? I thank the Most High God. I haven't seen it yet, but I know the Most High God is out there putting our enemies to death. I know he is, because I've been praying for it every day. I pray every single day that the Most High forgives all of us for all our sins, that he blesses us with wisdom and knowledge, that he helps us to go in the right direction, and that anybody out there even thinking about doing us physically harm, that the Most High takes them out, flatlines them, their children, their household, everybody. I ain't playing no more games with my enemies. I want my enemies and your enemies in the dirt, in a box where they can't hurt me, where they can't hurt you. Okay? That's the only way we're going to get to the bottom of this. Somebody got to go. I don't want us to go, so that means all of our enemies got to go. And it ain't no love for the enemies over here. We don't play those little childish games over here. The Howard's Poison says they don't have any regards to life. They will take you out. Don't put anything past them. Hell no. Hell no. You guys, please pay attention. Have your head on a swivel when you out here. I don't care who these people are. If it's a man, if it's a woman, I don't care if it's children. These heathens are dangerous. Okay? And you're going to find out real soon. I'm telling you, my personal opinion also, the hitters are going to come back again for the Trumpster. Just my personal thoughts. I believe they're going to keep on coming back until they hit him. Now, imagine if Inauguration Day rolls around and he comes out there doing his swearing speech and the unthinkable happens. That right there would definitely be a sure linchpin event. Bring in civil unrest, local police, then they can call in the army, y'all. And the army can come up with assets of lethality. That's the way they got it drawn up on the law books. The army can roll up on your block with assets of lethality, and they're going to put you to death. And it's going to be televised, too. Y'all, I can feel it. I know you guys can feel it. And see, when you can't see nothing and you can feel things because we done bruised for real, we have a higher level of spiritual sensitivity. Even the Hebrews who don't have a high level of spiritual sensitivity. Your level of spiritual sensitivity is way higher than the heathens, and it's way higher than regular so-called black people, or whatever people want to call themselves these days. The physical Hebrew Israelites who follow the Most High God, we tuned into that frequency. We're not on the idolater wavelength. 95% of people on planet Earth are on the idolatry wavelength. So look, none of us are perfect, of course not. But we are trying to tune into that station. So the Most High is working with us. He's having mercy on us. We still alive, ain't we? We still alive, ain't we? Every last one of y'all on here got times where I'm sure you thought you wasn't going to make it. You probably thought you was up out of here. But some way, somehow, before you can even realize who it was, the Most High already been watching out for all of us, y'all. Even when we go back to when we was little kids, some of the wild, crazy stuff we had to go through, some of the stuff that happened to us, some of us almost even died when we was kids, more than once. But the Most High kept you all those times, all those dangerous things you was around, all those times you could have got snuffed out. The Most High kept you all the way up here right now to this day. So you can be in a day where you can stand firm and stand strong and serve the Most High and Him only. And He's the one who allows you to start noticing stuff in the spiritual realm. Look, like these UFOs. And you guys, this summer, I was up in the mountains in Pennsylvania. And you guys, the Most High is really, I guess I had this love for mountains my whole life. Even though I didn't grow up around that stuff. I grew up in the DMV. We ain't got mountains and stuff around here. I mean, if you go way out Virginia or way out Maryland, of course, but for the most part, people say DMV, we not talking about no way out Maryland or way out Virginia. We talking about Washington, D.C. and the most closest parts of Maryland and Virginia to that, the DMV. We ain't talking about like West Virginia is Virginia. That's not a part of the DMV. We're not talking about somewhere like Richmond, Virginia, which is like maybe like 2 hours, 2.5 hours or something out in Virginia. That's not the DMV. We're talking about primarily Washington, D.C., the parts of Maryland that are right there, and the parts of Virginia that are right there. Not way out there and stuff, okay? I grew up in the DMV, not way out there somewhere. So I never grew up around mountains and all that kind of stuff. I grew up around the urban shenanigans. But for some reason, it was always a peaceful thought and a peaceful feeling in my heart whenever I could go around mountains and stuff like that. And what really did it, back in 2015, my mother was having serious problems, medical conditions, and she ended up passing away. But she had passed away up in Pennsylvania, okay, back in 2015. So ever since then, we had to make that drive from D.C. to go to Pennsylvania in 2015 because it got so bad for my mother. They took her from D.C. Literally, they helicoptered her from Northwest D.C. and said, hey, we don't have all this time to be driving her in no car from D.C. to Pennsylvania. We got to take her from D.C. to Pennsylvania like that. So they helicoptered her from D.C. to Pennsylvania. So, you know, we couldn't all get on the helicopter. So we all had to go home everybody had to suit up and prepare to drive up to Pennsylvania. So, on their way up there, she was alive, of course, but by the time we came back down from the mountains, my mother was no longer alive. And I just remember being around all those mountains. Like, we was up in all these mountains, right? And I felt a certain kind of way because I had the grief of my mother fighting for her life on my shoulders. And I'm around all this nature, all these mountains. And I knew I was awestruck by it, but I was in so much pain that I couldn't take it in. And I had always been saying, you know what? I got to come back to Pennsylvania when I'm not, when my world is not falling apart so that I can enjoy these mountains. And maybe that's another reason why I got a infinity now in my heart for Pennsylvania, because that's the last time I saw my mother alive in Pennsylvania. Shout out to Mon Deuce. Love that lady like I don't know what. Buddy. But I was in the mountains, you guys, this summer in Pennsylvania. Couple of brews was up there. Couple of strangers was up there. A lot of people was up there. Some of these people we don't even know. Okay? We met some guys up there. Total strangers. I want to say some of these guys was from North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas. Met a couple of truck drivers up there. Hey, brothers, if any of you truck drivers come across this video, if any of you truck drivers are in here right now on this live, if any of you truck drivers come across this video on the playback, I want you to comment in the live chat or comment in the comment section when it uploads and tell me and tell the people that you know what I'm talking about. Let them know what you saw, the same thing that I saw up in the mountains in Pennsylvania this summer. You guys, sitting out there around this fire pit, right? So when first it started off, I'm the only one out there, right? It's me and some other so-called white guy out there, right? I don't know this guy at all. He knew I was up there with a couple of brews, right? But none of the brews was out here. I'm the only one out here, me and this so-called white guy. So this so-called white guy said, "Hey, man, look at that." And he started pointing up, right? I looked up. I said, "Yo, what the hell?" Could not believe what I'm seeing, right? And then another one came out. You can call them whatever you want to call them. You can call them UFOs. You can call them chariots. You can call them orbs. You can call them whatever you want. But I will not allow you to call them airplanes because these were not airplanes. Airplanes are not round. These were round. Okay? And we saw airplanes up there too. So it was very easy to see, oh yeah, that right there, that's a plane. See that right there? That's not a plane. And you guys, this so-called white guy out there was freaking out. Oh my gosh, look at that. So when I actually saw it, and then I saw another one, two of these things floating around up there, me and this so-called white guy started freaking out, right? There's other people out here too, right? Some guys over here in the corner. Hey, shout out to the truck driver guys, because I remember before y'all came over there, y'all truck driver guys was over there in that corner cooking out on the grill. Shout out to the truck drivers that was cooking on the grill that night, right up in the mountains in Pennsylvania. The truck drivers over there on the grill heard us over there going crazy, right? The so-called white guy said, "Hey, all your buddies, they are missing this." I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, "They're not going to believe this." So then a couple of the Hebrews came out there, and as me and the so-called white guy are telling the Hebrews, like, "Hey, y'all not gonna believe what just happened. We just saw some daggone UFOs or some chariots, woo, woo, woo." And as me and this so-called white guy are telling the Hebrews this, more UFOs or chariots started showing up. As we're telling them about it, more started showing up. And you guys, I kid you not, these things literally put on a show for us in the mountains this night, y'all. And look, this thing probably, this went on for a couple of hours. This probably went on from about, I want to say maybe like 10 o'clock, maybe from like 10:30 to like almost 3 o'clock in the morning, you guys. I kid you not, you guys. We were making so much noise out there on this mountain. Like I said, from like 10:30 p.m. to almost 3 in the morning, you guys. I don't even know how many of these chariots or UFOs we saw. It's like every 10, 15 minutes, more kept showing up. And they was doing all kind of crazy stuff. They made sure they were moving in all kind of strange ways to make sure to let you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that these ain't no airplanes. Whatever you thinking this was not that. These things was moving forward, backwards, diagonal. Like these things was moving in all kind of ways. Family, I never seen nothing like that before, family. It was too many. And sometimes they would be moving. One time, a few of them Jones just pulled up and just parked. Just sat there. Imagine seeing a so-called UFO, a chariot, or orb, whatever you want to call it, moving all around the heavens in all kind of crazy ways, and then just having just to stop. Like it was sitting in an invisible parking space. I'm not making this up, y'all. Now, I don't know. I do not know everybody who's in this chat right now. Maybe somebody who was up there on that mountain is in here right now. I don't know. If you are and you don't mind revealing yourself, you can go ahead and let them know. If you don't mind, okay? If there's any truck drivers, if any of you truck driving brothers are on here right now, okay? Or if any of y'all come up and see this video on the playback, on the upload, hop in the comment section and tell these people what we all saw on the top of that mountain this summer. Y'all, we was out there making so much noise, y'all, because we couldn't believe it. We never seen nothing like this. I mean, we were out there. Imagine a whole bunch of niggas in the mountains in Pennsylvania in the middle of the night screaming to the top of their damn lungs. And you know what's so funny? We was out there making all this noise, right? Probably like 15, 20 feet in back of us, it was a whole table of Gentiles over there. And the powers that be came out there and they blamed all the noise on the Gentiles when really it was us making all the noise. Can't make this up, y'all. We was out there going crazy, screaming to the top of our lungs, losing our minds. And the Gentiles got blamed for it. Look, that sounds like a little role reversal right there. It was clearly the people at my table were the ones making all of the noise. I mean, it was obvious. But the powers that be rolled up out there and they blamed it on the Gentiles. Oh, man. You guys, not only did we see countless UFOs or chariots, we saw like 6 shooting stars out there to go along with all of the UFOs and chariots. I cannot make this up, y'all. And look, I've seen shooting stars before in my life. Every time I seen a shooting stars was always coming down. That night up on that mountain when we saw all these UFOs or chariots, we saw 5 shooting stars. And they did like all the other shooting stars. They was coming down. We saw 1 shooting star that shot up. Now, explain that, Hebrew. Explain that. We saw a shooting star shoot upwards. Y'all can't make this up. I'm never going to forget that night. I'm never going to forget that night. And you know what? I'm sure there are a million guys and gals and philosophers out there who can come up with a million different ways to explain away what I saw, what a lot of other people saw that night. But it's nothing that nobody can say to unexplain that to me. I know what I saw. It was unbelievable. And I'm under the belief that the Most High, he wanted me to be there that night so that I could witness that. If I wouldn't have been up there on that particular Saturday night, I would have never seen that. I've never seen nothing like that before, and I've never seen nothing like that after. You guys, when I tell you that the whole entire sky was completely littered with these chariots, UFOs, they was coming from everywhere, north, south, east, and west, moving in all kind of strange ways. Yeah, I cannot make this up, you guys. Then we had those that would just pull up and park and just sit there. I mean, for a while. And then he was like, okay, time to roll out. And then he just started moving again. I'm like, yo, I was thinking in my head, yo, I wonder if they can hear us. I'm telling you, I will never forget that, y'all. I will never forget that. You guys, I am never going to forget what I saw. Melissa Israel says, I was one of the Hebrews there. I saw it. You are speaking truth. Praise Yah. Hey, you guys, I am not making this up. I'm not making this up. Look, you just heard Melissa Israel, right? She was one of the many people, you guys, not making this up. There was multiple people up there. Multiple people up there. Shout out to all the truck driving brothers that was up there from South Carolina, North Carolina. I think one of the brothers was from Georgia, Delaware. Y'all, I cannot make this up. Too many UFO. Like I said, you can call them whatever you want to call them. UFOs, chariots, orbs. I don't know what to call them. One thing I do know, these were not no planes, you guys. So you can call them UFOs because they're unidentified flying objects. A chariot, would not a chariot be classified as a UFO? Anything that flies around in the heavens, a chariot is just what? An apparatus. A chariot is an apparatus, a vehicle to get around in. Can't make this up. And you guys, we was out there making so much noise. Look, at first, the truck driving brothers that was over in the corner grilling out, they was like, them niggas crazy over there, making all this noise. And they said, you know what? They must be over there drinking or something. Why they making all that noise? Until the truck drivers got off the grill and they came over there and they said, hey, yo, what in the hell? You guys, this went on for hours. You guys, it was a lot of people out there. It was a lot of people out there. But you know what? I understand that most people will not believe nothing like that. And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I've heard stories like this before. But seeing things for yourself, it's a whole different ball game. And I'm telling you, I've never saw anything like that before. And it was tons of them. Family, this went on from like 10 o'clock to like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Family, these things put on a show. Anybody who was on that mountain Saturday night, these things put on a light show. Then we had all these daggone shooting stars out there. And you tell me, when have you ever seen a shooting star shoot up? I never saw nothing like that before. Never seen nothing like that before. And you know what? Of course, they're going to try to explain it away. Oh, that was this, that was that. And I can't remember. It was some kind of movie that I watched not too long ago. Apparently, this movie came out like in the 1970s, but they remade it not too long ago. And it's talking about like the same stuff we're talking about right now. Family, if I'm lying, I'm dying. This movie, I watched this movie, right? And in this movie and on the previews, they showed the same things that we seen up in that damn mountain. Family, I kid you not. I cannot remember the name of this movie. But it was basically about so-called UFOs or whatever you want to call them. And these little white orbs, these things, the literal same joints that we seen up in the mountains in Pennsylvania is the same joints that they made in this movie that came out back in like the 1970s. And just recently, like a couple of months ago, they renewed the movie. They redid it. And I watched that movie for the first time. As I'm watching that movie, I was like, oh my Yahweh. Those are the things right there that I saw on that mountain. I'm telling you, family, the government, the powers that be, they know about these things. You call them what you want. Call them orbs, chariots, UFOs. I don't care what you call them. Whatever they are, the government is fully aware of these things. Because they had it in that movie, y'all. And I'm talking about the joints that they had in that movie, especially the ones that they showed in the premiere, in the trailer. It didn't look like a resemblance of what I saw. It was the spitting exact image, the exact same image of what I saw in the mountains. And I know, I'm telling y'all, I was thanking the Most High God. I still cannot get that out of my head. I was very high that night, not off of dope, but like just the high that I got from seeing something like that, family. I still can't get over this. I can't get over this. And you know what? Normally, I wouldn't even talk about nothing like that because I know that people would not believe it. But you know what? Surprisingly, I talked to a few guys at my slavery about this, right? As soon as I got back to my slavery, I mean, I was totally blown back by this. I could not believe this. I started telling niggas at my slavery. I was like, you know what? These niggas ain't gonna believe me. But you know what, family? I was shocked. When I got back to my slavery at my 9 to 5, I thought these niggas was gonna make fun of me, right? But I had to tell somebody because I've never seen nothing like this before. I'm still in awe about this. You know, them niggas at my slavery actually was looking at me. They believed me. Y'all, I was shocked. And I told them niggas, I was like, man, something told me not to tell y'all niggas this, but I was like, man, to hell with it. I gotta tell somebody shit because I'm not making this up. And somebody needs to know that this kind of shit really be going on out there. I seen it firsthand, family. Hazelwood says those shooting stars are orbs, are angels / dragons. See? Hazelwoods, they ain't ready for that. Hazelwoods, they are not ready for that kind of talk, Hazelwoods. Hazelwood says the Chinese show you this in their movies. Yes, they do. See, you guys, a lot of these heathens, they put a lot of stuff right in movies because they know we're going to say, oh, man, that's just a movie. It's just fun and games. It's just a little friendly entertainment. I'm telling you, this ain't no friendly entertainment. The world that we live in, family, is nothing like what they told us, y'all. And if you guys can wrap your mind around what Hazelwood just said, this is all facts. I'll read it again. Hazelwood says, those shooting stars are orbs, are angels / dragons. Did you guys hear that? Now, you know what? You know, if you have never heard that before or you can't fathom that, you know why? Blame your pastor. Blame the Roman Catholic Church. Blame the Christian Church. Because the Christian Church, the Catholic Church, has literally scared us to death about all kinds of things, including like what we're talking about right now. And you better believe the Roman Catholic Church knows what I'm telling you right now. The Roman Catholic Church know all about these orbs, these UFOs, these angels and dragons. The Catholic Church knows all of this. They don't want you to know it. Just like they don't want you to know that tonight is a full moon, a so-called blue moon, a so-called Age of Aquarius is actually supposed to be starting tonight. You guys, do you know what that would mean for the Hebrew Israelites out there? We've been down bad for such a long time. The Age of Aquarius would actually mean, like what they're saying, things have been going a certain particular way in the earth for X amount of time, and now it's time for things to switch and start going another way. What way is that? The way of the righteous, perhaps? The way when Jacob starts to rise, perhaps? I know y'all see this out there. Hazelwood says, don't believe. Go to our brother Nine Spiral channel. He most high only, but has video breaking this down. Okay, you know what? Good looking, Hazelwoods. I never heard of Nine Spiral. I'm gonna have to go check out the Nine Spiral channel. I'll read it again. Hazelwood says, don't believe. Go to our brother Nine Spiral channel. He most high only. So y'all, we gotta go check him out now. He most high only. He does videos breaking this down. You know what? Good looking, Hazelwoods. You guys see this? This is why I love going live, y'all. Because when we have a chance to talk in real time, see, if I just make a video and upload it, Those are still good, but see, you might not say everything that you want to say because you might not have time to do all the typing. You might not feel like doing all the typing. But when we right here, right now, it's almost like we face to face right now in a way. And we can get it all out. We can get all the juice out. You know what I'm saying? Good looking though, Hazelwoods. We got to check out Nine Spiral, y'all. King David says, Tom X just got on. No notification on my end. Thought it was just a normal upload. And click, and it's a lie. You see these damn devils? This is what I'm talking about. I can't wait till the Most High removes our enemies, you guys. I can't wait till the day when he completely removes all of our enemies. It's going to be a beautiful day. Tom X, Brother King David, good to see you, broski. Anybody else too? You just coming up in here, Hebrews? This video uploads. Go back to the beginning and see what you missed. But I'm telling you, I count it a blessing from the Most High that he allowed me to see all of these orbs, to see all of these so-called UFOs or chariots. And then on top of that, you guys, all of those chariots, UFOs, orbs that was up there. And then on top of that, we saw 6 shooting stars while all of this other stuff is going on. And look, in that movie I was telling y'all about too, in that movie, they showed the same joints that we saw up in the mountains in Pennsylvania. And also in that movie, whenever these UFOs or these orbs came around, shooting stars would be coming too. Just like when I was in the mountains in Pennsylvania, we saw all these UFOs and orbs, and we saw a gang of shooting stars. And since we were so high in the mountain, I mean, we're up there. We got an excellent view of this. Y'all, the Most High was showing out that night, y'all. The Most High showed out. And nobody was up there. We was all people who served the Most High and him only. No idolaters. Not that was with us. There was a lot of people up there, but the people that was with us, no idolaters, okay? And the Most High made sure that we had a front row seat to that. We was out there making all kind of noise. Especially when them truck driving niggas came over there. We was out there making all kind of noise out there, and they blamed it on the Gentiles, y'all. That was so funny. We all thought that was very hilarious how all these niggas over here making all this noise. And they came out and blamed it on the Gentiles. That's still funny to me. And that's a sign of future things to come as well. Just like the Gentiles been blaming stuff on us for hundreds and hundreds of years. Get ready. King David says, 100, that stuff real. And to throw us for people can say, see, it's Project Bluebeam, because they going to copy. So when the real ones come, they will say fake until it start BKing people. Yup, exactly, yo. See, this is why I love going live, and this is why I love y'all niggas. Hey, I rocks with y'all, and I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. And I appreciate y'all believing this story, right? Because I know, yeah, some people would come on and make these kind of stories up and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that because I know that the Most High will be freaking K me if I come on here and tell y'all some lies like that. Well, I'm not trying to go out like that. I don't want to get BK'd by the Most High God for lying to y'all. But I do want you guys to know stuff like that. When you hear these crazy, outlandish stories, a lot of these stories be true. I tell you guys, I could barely sleep that night. I could barely sleep. Like, I came back to the DMV after that. Like, I was geeked up. I could barely sleep. Kept thinking about all those daggone UFOs and chariots and all the shooting stars. Like, y'all, it was like literally, I don't have words to describe this. And clearly, I know for a fact, those UFOs, those chariots, they knew that we was watching them. The way that they was moving, they was doing all kind of crazy, awkward, outlandish movements and maneuvers, like to make sure that you know for a fact that this is not no daggone airplane. This is not no any kind of thing that somebody would try to explain away. These things did all kind of bizarre movements to let you know Nigga, you ain't never seen me before. Check this out. Doing all kind of stuff up there. And then one of them Jones just pulled up and just parked and just sat there. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I can't make this up, y'all. Cannot make this up. Hazelwood says, I know you telling the truth because I have seen them in the skies at night. See, that's crazy. That's crazy, Hazelwoods. And y'all know what, too? Ever since I seen that, right? I probably say like the last 7 years, the most high. I mean, I've been fascinated with the moon, the sky, just to watch the moon, just how beautiful it looks. Probably like, I want to say probably like 2013, 2014, I really began to fall in love with just looking at the moon at night. Sometimes I used to just sit outside at night and just stare up at the sky, look at the moon. How beautiful. You guys, have you ever really took note to see how beautiful the moon is? Have you ever really did that, Hebrew? The moon is beautiful at night. And then I just never ever knew that the Most High was going to bring me to where he got me at now, like seeing all these orbs and UFOs, or look, call them whatever you want to call them. But I've been geeked up ever since I saw all those joints, and I've been in love with the skies for the last 7 years. But after what happened this summer in the mountains, I be extra geeking down. I be looking, and I be seeing some stuff out there too. That's why I told y'all, it is a lot of stuff going on in the heavens, y'all. It's a lot of stuff going on up there. That's why they want everybody looking down at their phones. King David says, at Hazelwoods, I follow that. Good. Be showing some real stuff. Some people be in their feelings because he point out the Most High going on a mass murder. So people feeling tight, but that's the harsh truth when he returned. All facts. Okay, so that brother over there, basically, he's letting people know that the Most High is going to BK some niggas out here, basically. And as always, nobody wants to hear they're going to get freaking K. They get in their feelings. Hey, I understand it. I wouldn't want to be BK'd neither. So guess what? Turn to the Most High God and Him only, and then being BK'd. That'll be the furthest thing away from your mind is being BK'd if you're serving the Most High and Him only. But you guys, those so-called UFOs, chariots, whatever, they were overwhelming. But now I want to read to you a couple of quick verses and I'm going to let you go. I told you, get rid of these filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile, dog-like philosophies that the heathens have stuck in our head. Whenever we talk about constellations, Orion, Pleiades, because of what the heathens have taught, we start thinking, oh, witchcraft, sorcery. No. We don't believe in witchcraft over here. We don't engage in magic, sorcery, none of that garbage. But we do go back to the old ways. And in the old ways, Solomon knew all about the moon. He knew all about the stars. He knew about Orion, Pleiades, all of that. Job knew about all of that. Enoch knew about all of that. But in these end days, we have let the church scare the hell out of us. That's why some of us got powers out there. Some of us are physically gifted out there. We can do strange things, but we're never going to know it because we let the church make us think, oh, that's evil. That's witchcraft. I'm telling you, the Hebrew Israelites are not like everybody else. We can do things that other people can't. We can think things that other people can't even think. We are not like them. They are not like us. But I want to read these couple of verses, right? Because all of these UFOs, these orbs and stuff, those are things going on in the heavens. But also the stars, Orion, Pleiades, constellations. Those are things that are up in the heavens. And the Most High keeps on mentioning the stars. He keeps on mentioning the constellations. You know why? Because there's something in there. There's nuggets of information and jewels that the Most High be dropping right there in Pleiades, right there in Orion, right there in all kind of other constellations out there. We gotta stop listening to the church, y'all. The church has poisoned us and brainwashed us and they're going to pay by getting BK'd by the Most High. And what a beautiful day it's going to be. Check this out. And I'm just going, all these verses I'm reading these verses to let you guys know we don't have to be scared anymore. We can go out here and search for the Most High and know you're not a sorcerer, know you're not a warlock, because you want to inquire into Orion, Pleiades, okay? Other constellations up there. You're not a witch, you're not a warlock, because you go looking into that. The Most High talks about it multiple times. You're not to worship these things, but there's nothing wrong with looking into these things and understanding what these things mean and how they affect planet Earth. Because as I said, Hebrew, remember this, the moon literally controls the ocean physically, and it also controls animal behavior. And it also greatly influences, to a great degree, human behavior. You don't believe me? Go out and look up different phases of the moon, full moons, new moon, and look at the crimes that people commit. And look at the crimes they commit when the moon is regular. Look how the stuff that people do when the moon is full. Look at the stuff they do when it's new. The moon, and not just the moon, all these luminaries in the heaven, they have more than just the job of giving light. They got other jobs too, like controlling things, controlling water, controlling animals, controlling human spirits. Believe it or not, you guys, this thing is deep. This thing is very deep. And since you are made up out of majority of water, remember this now, you are made up out of majority water. The moon controls the water. You got water in you. You see that? I can't make this up, Hebrew. I can't make this up. This is serious, y'all. King David says, people won't accept. We gonna knuckle up. They always go to that coon mindset. What about the wicked Hebrews that touch us? They getting too. No matter how you slice and dice, it's gonna be a war. That said, y'all. Period. There's no way around it. King David says, facts, like Dragon Ball Z. When Goku them look at a full moon, they get an outraged power that cannot be stopped. You see that? And they showing you right there in Dragon Ball Z with that. Look, why would they put something like that in there? Because they know it's true. You guys, the moon has energy. The moon is a tool. Just like the sun. The sun controls things on the earth. It controls vegetation. It controls herbage, growth. Controls people's emotions, believe it or not. You guys, all of us have a lot to learn. Me included. That's why I said us. Y'all, we all in this thing together, y'all. And you know what? As long as we don't give up and we keep following the Most High and Him only, we're going to get out of this together, y'all. And we are going to accomplish our mission. And once we, Most High willing, y'all, we get into the kingdom of heaven, y'all. All of this crap we've been through our whole life, it just seemed like a bad dream. And we finally able to wake up from our bad dream. And we're not even going to remember what the hell we was dreaming about, y'all. But all this talk about the heavens and spiritual stuff, they say that literally tonight is the first night of the age of Aquarius. That's what they're saying. And I got to keep giving this disclaimer. No, we're not talking about no witchcraft, no voodoo, any other hoodoo or whatever. The age of Aquarius is simply referring to the position of the stars in the heavens at any given particular time. And this particular time, as we speak right now, they're saying today starts the age of Aquarius. You guys, I've heard about the age of Aquarius since I was a kid. They said that this was some day that was coming, okay? And now they're saying that today. This is the word on the street, not my word. This is what they say. That today is the first day of However, things have been going up until this point. Now things about to start turning and going in another way. And there's no new thing on the earth. You go through different ages. They say we just coming out of the age of Pisces. Not that fortune teller crap that the heathen's talking about. We're referring to the constellations, Hebrew. We got to stop thinking like Catholics, you guys. So when you hear me say Pisces, I ain't talking about no fortune teller crap. You hear me talk about Pleiades, I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about the position of the stars in the heavens at any given time and how they affect humanity as well as animals, as well as the oceans. This is not magic. It's not voodoo. This is actually biblical science. Believe it or not, Hebrew. That's why I say we got to get the filthy, stinking, heathen, pagan, Gentile, dog-like philosophies out of our head. And I can't wait till the Most High breaks these heathens down for what they did to us, y'all. King David says, when you watch Dragon Ball, it's a lot of terms they use in the Torah, like the flying nimbus. You have to be righteous to ride it or you fall. Same thing in the Torah. That show is about us. They know. You know what? I'm going to have to go back and start watching that, John King David. Because they put a lot of stuff in movies and cartoons. But what's so funny, when you try to talk to a regular person about this, a regular American, and tell them that things like that are in cartoons and movies, they're going to look at you and say, that guy's on some kind of drugs. Because most people can't see the stuff that we can see. But we can see it. Job, chapter 9, verse 9. Job, chapter 9, verse 9. Which maketh Arcturus, Orion, Pleiades, and the chambers of the south. You see that? There's another constellation that we never even heard of called Arcturus. Why am I reading this? To let you know that the Most High brings up these things. So don't let a Christian or a Catholic hear you talking about Pleiades, Orion, Arcturus, or other chambers of the south, other constellations in the sky. Don't let a Christian or a Catholic hear you talking about that and let them shut you down saying, hey, brother, you're not supposed to talk about that. Nigga, I'm reading about it right here in the Old Testament. Don't tell me not to talk about this. This is in our book, the Old Testament. I'm going to talk about it. Let's check out Job 38. Look, check this out. Job 38 and 31. Bring it out. Canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion? If it was evil and wicked for us to be contemplating the jobs and the duties of these constellations and these things in the heavens, if it was wicked, would the Most High be asking us, can we contemplate these things? Would he even be mentioning these things to us like this if they were wicked? I don't think so. And notice what he says. Canst thou bindest the sweet influences of Pleiades? Proving what I just said, that all of those constellations up there, the moon, the star, Pleiades, Orion, they control animal behavior, human behavior, growth and vegetation. That's why I just said right here. Canst thou bindest the sweet influences of Pleiades? Letting you know that what? The constellation Pleiades, and it ain't the only one, but it's letting you know that that constellation has influence. How can stars and constellations have influences? By having control over animal behavior, the water, and human activity. You see that? This thing, family, this thing is deep. And if this is true, guess what that means? Pleiades has influence. Guess what that means? Just like I said, the moon has influences. Yeah, the full moon, the new moon. Not only do they appoint seasons and times, they have influence. Yeah, over your thoughts, your behavior, your spirit. Go and check. Look, whatever city you in, go and check the crimes that get committed when there's a full moon out there. Go check it for yourselves. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. Hebrew. Can't make this up. Let me see. Let me see. I love hanging out with you, Hebrews. But you know what? I'm not going to keep you guys too much more longer. 2 more verses, and I'm going to let you, Bruce, get up out of here. The book of Amos. The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 8. Read, seek him that maketh the 7 stars and Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into the morning, and maketh the day dark with night, that calleth for the waters of the sea, and poureth them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name. The Most High is the one who made all these constellations. He's the one who made Pleiades. He's the one who made Orion. He's the one who made all these other kind of constellations that we never even heard of. Hazelwood's into his house. Says King David, the flying nimbus is a yellow cloud they fly on. How about that? And you know what's so crazy? I've always heard people talk about the nimbus and the flying nimbus, but I never knew what that was. See, this is why I like going live. Y'all, we got out here, and we all learn from each other, y'all. We all learn from each other. Because you think I'm not going to double back? Nigga, I'm about to start really watching Dragon Ball Z, like for real, and looking up. This is a wonderful time, you guys. And look, I told you, they said that today is the first day in the age of Aquarius. That's what they're saying, y'all. And it is a full moon tonight. It's supposed to be a super moon tonight. Supposed to be a blue moon tonight. And the first day of the age of Aquarius. Cannot make this up, you guys. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, right after I get off here with you guys, I'm going outside to see if I can spot the moon. Okay? You guys, what a time to be alive, Hebrew. What a time. King David says, yep, cloud emoji. That's right. Hazelwood says, it sure have been different colors of clouds lately. Uh-huh. You see that? And it's all kind of stuff out there in the heavens going on, y'all. That's why I'm making this kind of video that I'm making right now. Talking about all those UFOs. Even right now, as we speak, after I get off this live, I'm going out in the street and see if I can find the moon. They said tonight it's a full moon. It's a super moon, a so-called blue moon. And they say it's the first day in the age of Aquarius. You guys, I'm telling you, all of this stuff cannot be a coincidence. Coincidences do not exist, you guys. Look, and it's not a coincidence that we've been on here talking about this kind of thing. This is a very, dare I say, an unusual topic. May I say, an uncomfortable topic for people in the Hebrew community. Because you know how many of our people feel about these kind of things, whether it's UFOs, chariots, or you start talking about the stars and constellations and looking up and trying to see what this means, Pleiades. Our people will be quick to say you're a witch or witchcraft. But we keep reading the Old Testament. The Most High keeps on referring to this stuff. And he even tells you that Pleiades has influence. The world that we live in, Hebrew, we have not been told the truth about the realm that we live in. Reality is much more stranger than fiction, Hebrews. And I be seeing all kind of stuff up in the skies, y'all. These last couple of weeks, y'all, I be seeing like things made out of clouds. Like sometimes I might see a face. Sometimes I've seen like an eye, like looking at me through the cloud. Seeing like at least 2 or 3 times I've seen what look like sharks. Like sharks made out of clouds, like coming with their mouth open, get ready to devour something. I see a lot of stuff up there with them clouds, y'all. There is a lot of activity in the skies. But most people so busy looking down at their phone, they never gonna see it. King David says they be flying on it like, yeah, yep, facts. I'm gonna hit y'all with this one last verse. Hebrews, and I'm going to let you guys get on up out of here. Let's go to Amos chapter 6 and verse 8. And it reads, "The Lord God hath sworn by himself, saith the Lord, the God of hosts, I abhor the excellency of Jacob and hate his palaces. Therefore will I deliver up the city with all that is therein." You know what? That is not what I wanted right there. That is not what I wanted right there, Hebrews. But it doesn't matter. You know why it doesn't matter? Let me read this one last verse to you, though. Let me read. One verse out of the Apocrypha. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 13. 2nd Ezra, hold on. 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 13. And it reads, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fall through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation." Here go the Most High again talking about these constellations. This time he said people are going to see a fearful constellation. You know what that means? You're going to see something up in the sky in the heavens. It's going to scare the hell out of you. That's what a fearful constellation is. You see all this talk about stuff going on up in the sky, up in the heavens. There's no way all this stuff can be going on up in the heavens, but we're not supposed to talk about it. We're not supposed to try to make sense of it. When the Most High talks about the beautiful influences of Pleiades. So the Most High is letting you know that these constellations, particularly Pleiades, has influence. Means that he's controlling something through Pleiades. You guys see that? Can't make this up, you guys. And my whole point of making this video, I wanted to bring attention to the heavens. I wanted to bring attention to the UFO activity, the chariots, orbs, whatever you want to call them, the crazy shooting stars we saw up in the mountains. And there was plenty of people out there that saw it too. There was a lot of people up there that saw it. And now, just think how this is, y'all. Today is a full moon, a super moon, a so-called blue moon. And they're saying that today, they're literally saying that today is the very first day of the age of Aquarius. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say tonight at so-called midnight, the very first day of the age of Aquarius. I don't know about you guys, but I've been hearing about the so-called age of Aquarius for maybe 20 years, 25 years maybe. I never knew what it meant. I didn't care what it meant. But I have a little better understanding now, okay, to know that things like Pleiades, Aquarius, it's not no spooky witchcraft. Those are just things describing the position of the group, one particular group of stars at any given time. Just like Orion, just like Pleiades, just like Aquarius. Do you guys hear this? This is not Alakazam, Alakazoo, Abracadabra. No, that's heathen stuff. This is reality. Orion, Pleiades, Aquarius is just another constellation. That's all it is, you guys. And when certain stars are in certain positions in the heavens at certain times, they have influence. And right now, we can see all the things that's going on right now in the world, in America. We clearly see things are happening and popping off. Hazelwood says, fearful, dread, or terror. That's right. Bring it out, Hazelwoods. And you guys, hey, I don't know where you guys are at. Maybe it's cloudy out where you at. I don't know what it look like outside because I haven't been outside in a while. But when I get over here with you guys, I'm going out on the block. And I'm trying to see if I can see that moon. See what that full moon look like. See what that super moon look like. The blue moon look like. And if this is actually going to be the first day of the age of Aquarius, do you guys actually know what that means? That song that Sam Cooke used to sing, change gonna come. That's what the age of Aquarius is all about, you guys. That's what it's all about. All praises to the Most High God, you guys. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I thank you all for hanging out in here, hanging out with your brothers and sisters, chopping it up like we do. Hebrews, if you guys can go out and try to take a peek at that moon, I want you guys to go out there and check it out. And you know what? If you see something spectacular out there with that moon tonight, if it really catches your eye, you feel a certain way, when this video uploads, come back to this video, go down below in the comment section if you saw the super moon, if you can see it. If you understand that today is supposed to be the first day of the age of Aquarius, if you even know what that means, Hebrew. And if you don't, well, guess what? Perfect time to start looking into it. Perfect time to start checking into Pleiades and Orion and those other ones I read about, because the Most High is bringing it up, so I'm bringing it up. Solomon knew about all this. Job knew about all this. Enoch knew about all this. They wasn't afraid of it. If you would have talked to Job, Solomon, and Enoch about all the constellations, none of them would have said, hey, that's witchcraft, that's sorcery, That's what the church has told us, you guys. And the Most High is going to crack their heads wide open for lying to us like that. But we are going to figure this out. We all we got out here. I love you, Hebrews out there. Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Peace, blessings, love, and safety to the 12 tribes who've been scattered into all nations out there. I love you, Hebrews out there. Most High willing, we will be going live tomorrow, sometime in the late afternoon, early evening. Not sure exactly what time, but I know it won't be before 4 o'clock. It'll be after 4 o'clock. Be on the lookout anywhere between 4 and 5 o'clock tomorrow, East Coast time. We'll be going live, Most High willing. I'll see you, brothers and sisters, tomorrow. Peace, Hebrews. Much love. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm out.